So today we are going to talk about the best quotes from the Stoics, according to the dailystoic.com site, written or owned, I guess, by Ryan Holiday, the author of The Obstacle is the Way and some other books. And yeah, I'm very looking forward to this because I do want to see, and I'm just reading something interesting. I do want to see what they think are the best quotes. Because there's just tons and tons and tons and millions and trillions of different quotes. But there is just a ton of them. Period. And the problem is, I don't know, there's a lot of good ones and there's a lot of mediocre ones, I would argue, and I would say. But yeah, we are gonna see what they say. Stoic quotes, the best quotes from the Stoics. Find below a section of our favorite Stoic quotes. We post more quotes from Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus daily on Instagram. Follow us here if you are new to the philosophy. We invite you to read our introductions to Stoicism article. If you would like to browse a large selection of quotes, we invite you to download our free daily Stoic app. This is something that I didn't know, and this is why I've also stopped just before. It features some of the best wisdom from Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius. Very interesting. Very cool. If you want to check it out. Maybe I am going to check it out, even though space on my phone is very limited, very, very limited, and I gotta have to make sure that I'm just using it smartly, which I'm actually doing at the time. Yeah, I really am doing it, Marcus Aurelius quotes: "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one. Limited edition print available for purchase." By the way, I recently was thinking about buying myself a new watch. The thing is, I do have one. I do actually have two, and the other one I got very recently, but I didn't buy it. Very nice ones. I'm just actually super happy with them and using them every time. It is something that I never thought I'm actually going to use because I wasn't actually able to read the analog style watches. I've never learned that. I've always had to rely on digital ones. But one thing that I would like to have is just a date, so that I know what date it is, and I just only have to look at my wrist. But I've recently actually fell in love with Amor Fati, and not really with Memento Mori, even though I like the meaning. But it is so mainstream, and Amor Fati is something that, or Amor Fati, however you want to pronounce it, is definitely not that mainstream, which is quite of an important factor for me, I would say, or I would argue. The thing is, I don't know. I would like to have either a necklace or a ring or something with Amor Fati, because I do believe that it really helped me, in the very recent times, going through some stuff. I think it's actually also constantly in my mind, and if I'm seeing it on my finger, and at this point in time I'm having a few rings, I really, really fell in love with them. It would just be nice. Maybe there's also going to be just some sort of a bracelet. I don't know. I gotta have to look up where I find something really cheap. I just want to have something on me that is reminding me of it, I guess. The next quote: "Think of the life you have lived until now as over and as a dead man. See what is left as a bonus and live it according to nature. Love the hands that fate deals you and play it as your own, for what could be more fitting." Once again, Amor Fati. Love your faith. Love the hands that fate deals you and play it as your own. It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. Marcus Aurelius, once again. In your actions, don't procrastinate. In your conversations, don't confuse. In your thoughts, don't wander. In your soul, don't be passive or aggressive. In your life, don't be all about business. Well, I didn't expect it. I didn't expect that he's like, okay, don't always be about business and stuff. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed and you haven't been. Which is, all these quotes really internalize the, I would argue, basic thoughts of Stoicism, or basic concepts of Stoicism. I don't know, it's really amazing. It is time you realize that you have something in you more powerful and miraculous than the things that affect you and make you dance like a puppet. External things, not things, but things, are not the problem. It is your assessment of them, which you can erase right now. If anyone can refute me, show me I'm making a mistake or looking at things from the wrong perspective, I'll gladly change. It's the truth I'm after, and the truth never harmed anyone. And this is, by the way, a very good and important point to point out, that we are going to be wrong. I've often been wrong about a lot of things that I maybe have even been just really kind of quote unquote sure about, but I have been wrong about them, and it is fine. It is fine. So yeah, it's fine. What should you do? What are you willing to do? It is fine. Move on. Yeah, that's it. You could live life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think, which is not amor fati, but memento mori, of course. But I do want to point out that it really changed my mind in terms of feeling sad and thinking negative thoughts, because I could actually just do it as my background on my phone. This would be nice. This would actually be nice. But I really fell in love with it because as I said, I mean, if you know that you're gonna die, then I don't know, should your last moments really be about being sad? I don't really want to go into like, okay, you should drink all day long and you should live your life and shit like this. This is not necessarily what I think about. I think about like being happy and feeling good about what I have, and feeling the gratefulness and appreciating the small things and everything that I have, just because I know that I'm gonna fucking die. That's it. Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. And this is the last one by Marcus Aurelius. The next ones are gonna be by Seneca, and I think the other ones are gonna be by Epictetus. Yes. There's actually a lot of quotes by Marcus Aurelius and not that many by Seneca, as far as I can tell here. So Seneca quotes, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality," which is definitely the case, and an amazing quote. "If a man knows not which port he sails, no wind is favorable." Know where you're going for. And this is actually also, there was some sort of a quote or saying with archery, Japanese archery, but I don't know it anymore. The meaning was the same, like if you don't know the direction, then yeah, okay. Every good arrow and every good bow can't do you any good. No person has the power to have everything they want, but it is in their power not to want what they don't have, and to cheerfully put to good use what they do have. Nothing, to my way of thinking, is a better proof of a well-ordered mind than a man's ability to stop just where he is and pass some time in his own company, which, by the way, is a skill. It is a skill to just enjoy your own company and to be able to be alone and to be able to, just deal with that. It's not always something easy. I don't want to say that, but we all can, I guess. He who fears death will never do anything worth of a man who is alive. This is our big mistake, to think we look forward to death. Most of death is already gone. Whatever time has passed is owned by death. Indeed, I know, but it is fine. It is actually about sunk cost, to be honest, and this is something that I think Aurelius just pointed out before as well, slightly, that okay, you have made a decision and okay, you've lived your life, but this shouldn't necessarily determine what you're doing from now on. What you've done up to this point is gone. It's like just gone. Death has taken it. But the thing is, you should really not determine what you're doing by past decisions. They are gone. You have already made this decision. You already have done this. There's no reason why you would be doing this unless it is about experience, unless you know, okay, this is not going to lead to anything good. But for example, if you've already bought some, and this is an example by Seth Godin, if you have bought some movie tickets, then you should not go to the movies even though you would like to go to the theater and you have gotten free tickets to the theater. You shouldn't be like, well, I've already bought these ones, so I'm gonna go there. It doesn't make too much sense. But I think, of course, in another way, like it is sunk cost. The thing is, it is not sunk cost, I think, anymore if you then also decide to buy the movie tickets, the theater tickets. But yeah, it really depends, but I think you know what I mean. Life is very short and anxious for those who forget the past, neglect the present, and fear the future. And this is, by the way, something that I really try to not to fearing the future, and I just tend to do that. I judge you unfortunate because you have never lived through misfortune. You have passed through life without an opponent. No one can ever know what you are capable of, not even you. How does it help to make troubles heavier by bemoaning it or bemoaning them? Which is definitely the case, by the way. People are frugal in guarding their personal property, but as soon as it comes to squandering time or Tim? Oh, it's actually time. In squandering time, they are most wasteful of the one thing in which it is right to be stingy. It is kind of actually the case, even though I tend to also not really do this because I'm young. I have enough time. This is my thing. I have enough time, which is a good thing. Epictetus quotes, "How long are you going to wait before you demand the best for yourself? Don't seek for everything to happen as you wish it would, but rather wish that everything happens as it actually will, then your life will flow well." Amor fati, love whatever happens, love faith and love, and try to love what your life is like. Which really focuses on, and I think in combination with Memento Mori, it is amazing. Like, okay, I'm gonna die, but you know what? Yeah, it is what it is. I'm gonna die. But also, I should love what I'm having right now. Just also because of that. But yeah. First say to yourself what you would be and then do what you have to do. Curb your desire. Don't set your heart on so many things and you will get what you need. There's a lot of good quotes. And I actually gotta have to read something about Stoicism. I think this is the next thing that I'm gonna do. I think today I'm gonna try to not watch any YouTube, even though I've already done this. Well, I've listened to podcasts while I was working out. But I do want to just really have a productive day today and also try to enjoy my time doing certain things, I guess. That is why the philosophers warn us not to be satisfied with mere learning, but to add practice and then training. For as time passes, we forget what we learned and end up doing the opposite and hold opinions the opposite of what we should. Don't explain your philosophy, embody it. The chief task in life is simply this: to identify and separate matters so that I can say clearly to myself which are externals not under my control and which have to do with the choices I actually control. Where then do I look for good and evil, not to uncontrollable externals, but within myself to the choices that are my own. If anyone tells you that a certain person speaks ill of you, do not make excuses about what is said of you, but answer, he was ignorant of many other faults he was ignorant of my other faults, else he would have not mentioned these alone. Which, by the way, is also very Stoic to be humorous about things that should hurt you. And this is something that I want to train a bit. And there's actually two other people, Cato and Viktor Frankl. Viktor Frankl, the author of Man's Search for Meaning, or in German, Trotzdem Ja zum Leben sagen, as far as I remember. But yeah, amazing book, and I actually gotta have to reread it because I've been listening to the audiobook, but it's not been that satisfying quite. But yeah, Cato, I begin to speak only when I'm certain what I'll say isn't better left unsaid. And then Viktor Frankl, amazing quote, by the way, an amazing saying. What men actually need is not a tensionless state, but rather the striving and struggling for some goal worth of him. Definitely, it is purpose. It is purpose. And it is something that I've seen very recently as well. If there is something to go for, life is better. When we are no longer able to change the situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Which means that we can change how we think about things. We can change, what things are happening and all sorts of things, which is the thing to do, I guess. So yeah, I'm going to end the episode there, and I'm just not really willing to over-communicate now. I'm just really willing to just let them sit there. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. I'm hopefully going to see you the next time. So bye-bye. And I wish you the best health of happiness and all success, and also hope that you're going to remind yourself and you're going to be remembered, which basically means your legacy, and basically means just being a nice person and then also being remembered as a nice person, which is a pretty fucking cool thing. 3 other questions that I have for you are: why are you here? What are you trying to change, and what is bothering you the most? These 3 questions are hopefully going to show you a purpose and maybe even a business idea. And one last question that I'm having in my mind for you, which is: what could you particularly say that is really going to change somebody's life? Because I deeply believe that we all can say something, and that we all can put out something in a world in terms of voice and speech, that is indeed going to make somebody really happy. And if you're able to do so, please do so. And I'm also hoping to do this in, I think, next week or something. I sought out to do so. And yeah, I wish you best. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Please stay safe and healthy, and much love. There is a lot of love that I have to give for you. So thank you.